And welcome back to the Occupied Nation show. With me tonight, I have Steve from the Empty County Band, who is going to be playing this Saturday night at the Hard Rock Cafe here in Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Hey, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Right on. Thanks for joining us. Listen, you're going to be doing the show on Thursday, or not Thursday, but on Saturday night. You're going to be playing with some other bands. I'm not very familiar with the other bands, but I did get to check out your music. Are you friends with any of the other bands? Do you play with any bands on the show?
Partly, my bassist plays in an Immediate Threat, a hard rock or heavy metal band.
Okay.
They're playing last. They're fantastic. I got to know them. They came and recorded with me in my studio, and great bunch of guys, and real tight music, and just they're a blast to listen to, and they're exciting to watch. I have them going last because they're the heaviest. Time Wolf is going to go on just before them. They're kind of, I shouldn't say they're studio musicians, but they really have their stuff together, and they have a fantastic sound. They kind of remind me of almost like a Perfect Circle type of a band, where it's real smooth, but it's real technical. A lot of stops and starts, and they're great entertainers. And we met them at the Wonder Bar, and
the old
decided to bring them on late. Yeah, so we asked them late in the game, and they're from Boston, so it was great to have them on. And Stupid Robots I met at Dusk in Providence, just while I'm out, you know what I mean? Either at gigs or while I'm at other shows, I bump into people, and if I enjoy their music and think they have a lot of talent, I reach out and try to get them on our cars when we have them. Now, we don't do this a lot, but we've had this bill since like February.
Oh, wow.
And Stupid Robots, or like a jam band.
Okay.
Kind of like a Fish.
It's a little bit of variety
like
on this bill.
Yeah, exactly. They're going on right before us. We're at 10, so they're a great bunch of guys. Just super fun to listen to, and they kind of go off on their own little rock tangents, and they're really good.
Right.
And starting out the evening is Nate Cozzolino in the Lost Arts. He's kind of a commodity in the Rhode Island area. He does solo stuff quite a bit at a lot of places, and he also plays with a full band, which will be there on Saturday. He's kind of more like a Jack Johnson type. He's got a little bit of like a reggae rock thing going on, kind of reggae rock pop.
Nice.
Great entertainer, and he can hold his own as well. So he's somebody that's helped me out in the past. So I got him to play with us. And one more thing that we're going to do on Saturday is we have a kid by the name of Max Clark, who now has his own band. Unfortunately, I couldn't book his full band because I had too many bands already taking up the card. So what we're going to do is have him off to the side. In between breakdowns and sets, we'll have Max Clark solo, kind of filling in the dead space while we set up. And he's kind of like it's like a hard folk rock sound. He's fantastic to listen to, because he's kind of like this sultry type kid. He looks real quiet, and then he goes to play his acoustic, and he belts real hard, and it's unexpected, because you don't see a lot of guys, at least in this area, belting with acoustic, and so we're excited. We brought him on last minute, and he's excited. Everyone's super pumped up for the show. I think it's going to be a fantastic show from beginning to end, really.
Right.
And it should be a beautiful day. It's supposed to be 85, 90 degrees.
Sounds like a good day to go to a show. So what? I liked your music. I listened to your music a little bit ago too, and I was trying to pull out some influences there. What are your influences, actually? How would you describe those?
It's really endless. I never bring this up, but the most of the stuff that I was listening to before I started this project was a lot of. I kind of went back to like female acoustic artists. I listened to a lot of Brandy Carlisle and a lot of strummy music, and I grew up on the Black Sabbath, Rolling Stones, and Rush. Went into my Iron Maiden stages, Ozzy, and then I got into thrash, Metallica, Megadeth, and all that kind of stuff, and then I got into grunge after that. So it's really an eclectic sound that each project that I've done. This is probably like my 8th project. I kind of have a goal in mind, or a certain sound that I'm kind of at. And one thing I've tried to do is taken like a hard rock sound and kind of get it to a kind of somewhat of a pop sound, something that's somewhat looping, where I got a riff that we can kind of jam on. So we jam a little bit, though. The song is the song. We don't go off on too many tangents. However, it's the basis for this is to be able to kind of hit a bunch of different genres all in one. So a lot of people who like country might like it. Maybe soft enough for them. A lot of people that like metal will hear the hard edge to it, and they'll kind of like it. It's got a little grunge sound to it. So it's kind of like the 90s grunge sound a little bit. It's not so poppy, but it's, I don't know, Stone Temple Pilots,
I picked up a little Alice in Chains from it.
Yeah, a little bit of Alice in Chains. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Alice in Chains, like Mad Seas, and I was hugely influenced by just some of the intricate stuff that Alice in Chains did. So that's kind of where we're at with the Empty County Band. It was supposed to be like a Americana, sort of Americana or hard rock, and I think we've pulled it off quite well.
Awesome.
And so it's great being supported by all the musicians that I have to do this, and we're all having a blast playing it. So
now, you're from the Bellingham area, as I understand it. Do you book a lot of shows in the Boston area?
This year we started in December. We've been super successful. This is probably our 11th show. Okay. Probably our 8th in Boston, and probably like our 6th, like Friday or Saturday night. And then we have 2 more Saturday nights coming up going into July. So we have one on the 30th at McGann's.
Okay.
And on the 7th at the Club Bohemian.
Okay.
So, yeah, people's eyebrows were raising. They go, holy crap, it's only, the 6th month of 2018, you guys got 13, 14 shows, and it wasn't really expected. Matter of fact, I told my wife when I started this, I was like, we'll probably only do a couple shows this year, and we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? And it turned into a lot of shows, a lot of work, and so we're pleased. Everybody's still going strong, and we'll see. We're kind of ready to. At this point, we're only halfway through the year. We're almost ready to get back in the studio and write some more music and just kind of like see what shows kind of come our way for the rest of the year. Not like really seek too many of them out. Unfortunately, hate to say that, but it's kind of where we're at as a band. But and hopefully we'll have a real strong 2019 and have another. Maybe another CD to get out to y'all. Now, we released 4 songs, and that was kind of a recreation of a 10-song CD that we had kind of delivered with an initial guitarist that we had. Okay. And our sound kind of changed with the lead guitarist being a little bit more true to the lead guitar sound. And so we revamped 4 songs. I have 6 of them already revamped, but not obviously on a CD yet, and then we've written a few more in the meantime. So I have a feeling come July or so, we'll probably re-release a longer album to get the rest of those songs out there that haven't made it out there with the new guitar sound and all that kind of stuff. So they're kind of just sitting in my folder. They haven't gotten anywhere yet, but they are done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can folks hear? They're going to hear those versions of the songs then on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly. We'll everybody's got about a 45-minute set. There's five bands plus Max Clark in between. Mm-hmm. And it's $15 at the door. I don't know if I can say that on the air, but
I don't. It's okay. It's fine here. We're not governed by FCC rules. Because we're
yeah, right. That's good. Yeah, I was somewhere else. They're like, you cannot mention.
Yeah, no, we're fine with all of that.
I'm just in my spiel mode. So,
where can folks find your band online? Where's the best
online? Place? Online, we have. I'm trying to keep it simple because it seemed like there was this notion of like everybody had to be on 20,000 different sites, and I think it's. I personally think it's like overkill. You know what I mean? It's like some people have more sites than fans. You know,
it gets crazy.
I need fans. I don't need sites. So we have emptycountyband.com.
Okay.
That can get you tickets. That can get you albums. It can get you T-shirts, so on and so forth. And then I usually do Reverb Nation. Mm-hmm. You can kind of, those places. Reverb Nation, you can kind of see our YouTube videos and more personal stuff, photos, and you can download, you can stream, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And this EP is out on iTunes and iHeartRadio. It is
okay. Good.
It is a published CD, so it is out to the public.
Well,
on pretty much every.
But there's someplace people can buy it. That's the important part. I mean, I want to make sure that that opportunity is there for everybody, because let's face it, I mean, funding our passion is an important thing, and these shows go part way towards doing that. But heck, we all have to work day gigs as well in order to help fund these. So if there's anything that can help with that, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, it's out there for purchase. So the 4 songs are out there for purchase, and then this midsummer, if you happen to get those 4 songs and enjoy them, right behind that will be a whole bunch more material for everybody to get their hands on. So that's the trick here.
That sounds great. Well, hey, Steve, thank you very much for coming on. Any parting things you want to say to everybody?
Come out Saturday night. There's a bunch of great people going out there. We're all out to listen to. We're all local guys, and it's going to be a real professional show. And other than going to Xfinity Center or the Blossom Garden, we have a bunch of people that deserve a lot of recognition and support out there, and we're just going to have a lot of fun that night. So come on out.
Sounds like a plan, man. I will thank you very much for being on the show tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you here again. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Right on. Thank you.